You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Paper, paper, get your afternoon paper. Many are dying and many are dead. Oh, hi, Miss Maitland.
Hello, Vincent. How are you today?
Can't complain. Paper?
Of course a paper. What would Daddy say?
Well, maybe he'd be better off. Not much good news today.
Oh, I'm sure you're mistaken about that. Take a look around. Isn't it a beautiful day?
If you say so, Miss Maitland. Paper! Get your paper here!
Hey! Hey, you with the rich boyfriend. Don't be so stuck up.
Sal?
Come on. Just because I'm a big success now, that don't make me stuck up.
Whose convertible is that?
Oh, it couldn't be mine, huh? Just like that?
I asked you a question, Sal. Whose is it?
A guy named Halpert.
Halpert.
He's about 174 years old and he owns half of Connecticut. Can you imagine wheels like this, wasted on a creep who's all ready to get planted?
How do you know him?
I got me a new job, washing cars in his building, and I noticed this gadget was getting anxious for some action. I'm serious. The battery could have run down.
He doesn't know you have it.
What's the difference? He wants to go somewhere, he's got a chauffeur. Drives him around in a big black battleship. He doesn't use this baby once a month.
So you took it?
I borrowed it. It's okay, honest. He digs me. I've been doing little favors for him. He wouldn't care. Come on, get in.
Thanks anyway, Sal.
I'm not lying. The only time old man Halpert uses this is to go to try to pick up chicks. Reminds him of when he was a kid or something.
Sal, I'm tired. I've been at work all day.
So what?
And I promised Dad I'd stay home with him tonight.
Ah, for the love of...
Bye, Sal.
Okay. Watch how I can make nice. Gee, that's too bad. So, I'll borrow the wheels again Friday night and pick you up, okay? Now, wasn't that polite? Just like one of those college boys?
Sal, I meant what I said last time.
No, you didn't.
I don't think we should see each other anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I shouldn't have let it get started in the first place.
Yeah, so long as you're the saintly social worker and I'm one of the crumbs, then it's okay, ain't it? It's only when we get real close. You notice I got dirt on my hands.
You know that has nothing to do with it.
Plus, I don't talk like your old man.
I've tried to explain. We're just not two people who...
Two people who could ever get along. With all the education you got, you ought to be able to swing a better Dear John than that.
I'm sorry, Sal.
Listen, I ain't always gonna have dirt on my hands. And I don't need books to tell me which way is up. I know the map, and I'll get there. You'll see.
Is anything wrong, Leah?
No, nothing, Dad.
Nothing at all, Dad.
I heard your voices. Hello, Sal.
I'll wheel you back in.
That won't be necessary. I can do it.
Feel better? Now that you finally convinced her she's too good for a bum like me?
Sal, I won't pretend that I'd pick you for my daughter. I wouldn't. But ultimately, it's not my decision. It's hers. I'm willing to admit I may have been wrong about you. She's obviously seen you quite differently from the way I have.
Not anymore. Come on, Daddy.
I'm sorry, Sal.
Just once in my life, why can't I want something and get it? Just once. Ow! My hand! My hand!
Confidential personnel file on Salvador Ross. Personality, a volatile mixture of fury and frustration. Distinguishing physical characteristics, one badly broken fist injured by striking a closed door and requiring emergency treatment at the nearest hospital. Ambition, shows great determination for self-improvement. Estimate of potential success, A sure bet for the latest edition of Who's Who, published in the Twilight Zone. And now, The Twilight Zone and our story, The Self-Improvement of Salvador Ross, starring Luke Perry with Stacy Keach as your narrator.
Blue team to ICU, please. Blue team, ICU.
City Hospital emergency room. That would be general admissions. I'll transfer you. Emergency, please hold.
There, I filled out your forms. Now can I see a doctor?
Take a seat, sir.
I already took a seat 45 minutes ago.
Is your name on the list?
Yeah, right there. See? Ross. R-O-S-S.
Well, you'll have to wait your turn, Mr. Ross, like everybody else.
How long?
I'll call you.
When?
A doctor will be with you as soon as possible.
Hey, I got me a busted hand here. I'm in pain.
So is everyone else in this waiting room. Now, if you won't sit down and wait your turn...
When is my turn, huh? Next week? Next year? I've been waiting as long as I can remember for somebody to pay attention. I got problems too, you know. I ain't some mug off the street.
Lower your voice, or I'll call security.
Go ahead, call him. If that's what it takes to get respect around here.
Security to the front desk, please.
Who's next, Miss Olson?
Oh, doctor, I was just...
Something the matter?
This patient doesn't want to follow procedure.
Damn right I don't. What are you running here, a hospital or a torture chamber? I got me a little problem, and if you don't want to do something about it...
What's the injury?
His hand.
You see this? I got broken bones in there. If you'd ever busted your hand, you'd know what I'm talking about.
Abrasions on the knuckles. In a fight, were you?
Forget it, I'm getting out of here.
Hold on.
I said don't worry about it.
Are you in serious pain?
Oh, you don't think I can take it? I ain't some wimp.
All right, clean up the abrasions, then send him down for an x-ray.
Yes, doctor. This way, Mr. Ross.
Now, who's next? Miller?
Here we are, Mr. Ross.
What's this, the charity floor?
The orthopedic ward is full, but you'll be fine in here for tonight. You're sharing with, let me see, Mr. Armstrong.
Hey, Sonny.
Hi yourself, old man.
I'll put your clothing bag in the closet.
Bet if I was some rich guy, I'd have my own private room, right?
It's just for one night.
Look, why don't you let me go on home?
The doctor has to prepare the cast after he's seen the x-rays in the morning. For now, the splint will have to do. Just don't put any pressure on it.
Yeah.
There you go. You adjust the bed with these buttons. If you need anything, press this one for the nurse's station.
Right.
Good night, Mr. Ross.
Hey, nurse.
Yes?
What's the button for? Room service?
The button for...
Chow. What's the guy got to do to get a burger and fries up here?
Oh, you mean dinner. Food services will be by any time now.
Good. That's okay, then.
Good night again.
Mind if I watch my program?
Be my guest.
Do something to your hand?
No, I just stopped in for a good night's sleep. The Waldorf was getting on my nerves.
I bet it hurts.
You got that right.
Don't worry. They bring you pills every few hours.
Great.
You're lucky, though.
Yeah, I ought to be on TV.
No, I'm serious. I've got this congestion in my chest.
You griping about a cold?
At your age, it might be just a cold. At mine, it could turn into pneumonia.
Excuse me while I turn on the tears.
You should appreciate what you got. Know something, boy? You could break both legs and you'd be running the 100-yard dash inside a month.
Yeah? Well, if you think this feels so great, let's swap. You take the broken hand. I'll take your lousy cold.
It's a deal.
Knock yourself out, old man. I'm gonna catch some Z's.
Mr. Ross, are you awake?
Yeah?
I brought your pain pill.
Goody.
You've been a good boy. You didn't ring for more medication.
I must have fell asleep.
I'll leave your pills on the side table.
Thanks.
Doctor will be in the morning. Till then, get some rest. And be careful of that splint.
Yeah, right. Hey, what's going on? My hand don't hurt anymore. I didn't even take the pill. Old man. Old man.
What? Oh, my hand. What's the matter with my hand?
Hurts, huh?
Oh.
Sure it does. And me, all I got's a head cold. Some bargain we made, huh, Pops?
Oh, no, please. I want to swap back.
Sorry, all deals are final.
Please. It'll never heal. Not at my age.
Later, Pops. I'm gonna put my clothes on and blow this joint while the going's good.
Here you go. One draft.
Thanks, Dan. Can you put it on my tab?
Afraid not, Billy. Cash on the barrelhead.
But you know I'm good for it.
Sure you are. And I'm on Donald Trump's payroll. Can't do it, Billy boy. Been a slow night.
All right.
Hey, how you doing, Sal?
5 by 5 all the way. Say, Stan, why don't you help me try something?
What's that?
Excuse me. How much money you got in the till?
Sorry, Sal. No touches today. That's a pretty bad cough.
Don't worry. It's getting better already. And I don't want no loan.
That's a relief.
So, how much you got?
I don't know, $1.50 maybe?
$1.50. Okay. It'd be worth $150 for you to have, I don't know, say, to have hair again?
To have what?
You heard me. Hair. A big old thick head of hair, like mine.
Sal, whatever you've been drinking, you didn't get it here.
Listen to me. I'm just asking you a question.
If this is a rib, I don't like it.
I know. But this is no joke. Let's say I could give you a full head of hair again. Would you pay me what's in the drawer?
Sure, Sal. And if you get me in the movies while you're at it, I'll give you a bonus.
That's a good one.
Okay. Now you agreed to it. The deal's set.
So when do I collect the fur?
I don't know exactly, but I swear, you'll get it.
Mr. Ross! Mr. Ross, you've a telephone call. Sal, are you in there?
Yeah, Mrs. Olaf.
There's a phone call for you. Please tell your friends not to call in the middle of the night. There's a limit.
Okay.
I was sound asleep.
You're not the only one.
Why, Sal, what happened to your...
Hello? Yeah, this is me. Stan? I know. Never mind, Hal. You got what you wanted, didn't you? I said it ain't your business, Hal. Good. Well, tell her to run her fingers through it. I'll be by in the morning to collect. Bye.
From now on, no calls after 10 o'clock, and... Sal, what have you done to yourself? Shaving your head like one of those gang boys. If you only knew how ridiculous you look that way. Why, where are you going? Do you know what time it is?
I gotta go out.
Get out of my way, cat. Who's there? Does somebody want to roll me? Well, I ain't got nothing, so leave me alone.
Billy, I thought that was you.
What are you doing here, Sal?
To tell the truth, I was looking for you.
What for?
How's Stan doing?
Oh, Stan? He's great. Oh, you should have seen him. Once it happened, he called free drinks all around.
You mean his hair?
That's right. I took me a little nap, and when I woke up, he must have had a wig or something. So happy to have hair he could spit.
How'd he look?
Like a new man. Hey, Sal, what happened to you? Is something wrong with your head? It looks like you shaved yours.
You like the way Stan looked, Billy? No, you wouldn't. You got yourself a nice full head of hair, thick and black. Same as mine used to be. Of course, it could use a good washing, but that's no problem.
What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing much. Just a little deal between you and me. Strictly business. Could you use some extra money, Billy?
Sure.
Because I'm about to come into some cash as soon as I see Stan. If you want, I could see my way clear to let you have, say, 75? How does $75 sound? In exchange for something you won't even miss. Just think. You won't have to worry about combing it or anything anymore.
Say what?
Afternoon, Mr. Halper.
Park it for me, Sal.
You got it, sir.
And no dents. This car cost me plenty.
It sure must have. Don't you worry.
Here, give me a hand.
Here you go, Mr. Halper. You had to drive yourself today?
I didn't have much choice. Everybody's got to have a day off. After this, if that chauffeur wants to work for me, he can buy George worked 7 days or none at all.
You know, I'd be glad to drive you any time, Mr. Halper.
Hmm? Yes. Traffic's bad these days, full of madmen.
It sure is. Here's the elevator. I was hoping for a chance to talk to you.
About what?
I've got, well, you might say I've got something to sell.
Anything worth buying, I've already got.
Hiya, Mr. Halper. Going up?
Yes, Andrew, all the way. And no stops.
No stops it is.
Not this, you haven't.
Haven't what? Hold the door for me, Andrew.
Yes, sir.
You haven't got what I'm selling.
Well, what is it?
Something you can't buy anywhere else in the world, from anyone else but me. You'll say it's the best purchase you have ever made in your life. The best, Mr. Halpert.
Get in, we'll talk.
No problem.
The penthouse, Andrew.
That's what I figured, sir.
Now as to this item you mentioned. As I recall, you've not seen my apartment before.
That's right, I haven't. It's, quite a pad, Mr. Halpert.
And a strange one for a man of my age. Is that what you're thinking?
You mean the modern art and everything? Oh, no, I always figured you still knew how to swing.
I keep it this way for my new friends.
I bet you really wow the chicks, don't you, sir?
Well, let's see it.
What?
This marvelous item you think I should purchase.
You're looking at it, Mr. Halpert.
What am I looking at?
Youth. That's what I want to sell you.
All right, boy, that's enough. Get out of here.
I know it sounds wild, but I mean it. Sir, I'm telling you the absolute truth, and you can take that to the bank.
I warn you, if you have any half-headed idea of robbing me, the security devices I've installed...
I ain't interested in robbery. I don't have to be. I'm telling you, I got something to sell. Something that you want more than anything else.
Youth, eh? So you bottle it? Is that it? Some sort of tonic?
If you'll just give me a chance. Now, I read in the paper where you're 76 years old.
That's correct.
I'm 26.
Congratulations. Now, if you don't mind...
What would you give to be 26 again, Mr. Halpert?
I'm beginning to think you're the craziest kid they ever let out onto the streets.
Okay, think that. Just play along with me for a minute. It ain't gonna hurt you one bit. Now, what would you give? Let's say $1 million?
All right, let's say $1 million. I'd gladly give that to be 26 again, if such a thing were possible.
Tell me about this pad.
What about it?
You own it?
Of course I own it. I don't see what that has to do with...
Would you throw it in?
What?
Into the deal.
Just how do you propose to deliver this fountain of youth you're raving about?
By selling you years. My own years. Off of my life.
Well, boy, I'll tell you what you do. You gift wrap those years and mail them to me. Just be sure you don't send them COD. For now, if you don't mind, I'll show you the door.
The apartment. You didn't say. Is it part of the deal?
Why, of course it is. I wouldn't want to take your years for a penny less than they're worth.
$1 million. And this apartment? Done.
What is?
You just bought yourself 50 years.
I'm sure I did, boy.
No, you're not sure. But trust me, Mr. Halpert, you've got a pleasant surprise coming real soon. It's open.
Here's that newspaper you ordered.
Come in, Andrew.
You know my name?
Sure I do. Mr. Halpert told me about you.
He did, huh? Oh, you must be the new owner of this place.
That's right.
Did we ever meet before?
I don't think so.
Funny, you look kind of familiar.
Oh, I've been staying in, but I know you run the elevator.
Yep, that's me. Hey, what happened to old man Halpert? Mr. Halpert.
He decided to take a long cruise.
Oh.
With some young friends of his. And since he planned to be away for a long time, he agreed to lease me this place.
Yeah, that sounds like Mr. Halpert.
How do you mean?
Well, he sure knows how to spend money. Except when it comes to tipping, that is.
And you need your tips, don't you?
You're not kidding. Nobody could make it in this building without them.
Drink?
No thanks. I'm working.
How much do you make a week?
Well, I'd be embarrassed to tell you, but it's sure not that much. Without tips, it doesn't go very far.
This should help, then.
A picture of Andrew Jackson, just for bringing the paper? Mister, I have a feeling you're going to get good service around here. Real good. Hey, if there's anything you ever need, just ask for me.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
How'd you like to make some more money? Quite a bit more.
Sure, as long as it's legal.
How old are you?
19.
Would you like to be 20?
Huh?
It's only a year, right?
Oh, I'll figure I'll make it one of these days.
Sure. You've got plenty of time. No rush. What would you say if somebody offered to buy a year of your life for as much as you can earn in a few months? Right now, so you wouldn't have to wait for the money.
If somebody said that to me, well, I guess I'd tell them to take a flying leap at the moon.
You wouldn't sell a year for all that money? Think of what you could do if you had it.
Well, it's like this. I guess I enjoy being this age. They say you only go around once.
True.
The days can get pretty boring, but there are some nights I wouldn't swap for anything. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Nice talking to you, sir. Be seeing you.
Wait.
Yeah?
Come back for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Come in. Close the door.
Okay.
You thought I was joking, didn't you?
I don't think I get what you're talking about exactly.
Here. This should make it clear. What's your full name?
Andrew Grow.
You can fill that in yourself. Now, does this make it a little more reasonable?
Mister, this is a check for $10,000.
That's right, Andrew.
What do I have to do?
I told you. Nothing. If you take it, you'll wake up a year older tomorrow, that's all. And you'll have a whole lot more money to spend.
I guess so.
Think of what you could do with it. Dates, nightclubs, anything you like. Now, tell me the truth. Do you really care whether you're 19 or 20? Does 12 months make that much of a difference?
Well, when you put it that way, I guess 20's a pretty good age. Just as good as 19. Maybe better.
Then you've made a deal, Andrew. A very good one. Be careful with that check till you get to the bank.
Sure. Nice doing business with you, Mr.
Ross. And Andrew, you might pass the word along to your friends. I'm always good for cash. On the same terms.
Oh, they'll be beating down your door. Who knows? I might decide to sell you a couple more years myself.
I'll be here. And thank you, Andrew. Nice doing business with you, too.
Oh, you're welcome, Mr. Ross. My pleasure.
Believe me, the pleasure's all mine.
Yes? Who is it? Give me a moment. Sal.
Hello, Mr. Maitland. Is Leah home yet?
No, she isn't. What are you...
You don't mind if I wait, do you?
You're certainly looking successful. We haven't seen you for quite some time.
Well, you see, I've been busy, Mr. Maitland, moving up, making myself worthy of your daughter. You should be happy.
Do something for me, Sal. As a favor, please, leave her alone.
Come on, look. The fingernails are clean now. Manicured, even. I've got the right shoes, the right clothes.
Yes, you certainly do.
I told you I was going to improve myself, and I always keep my word.
You're obviously doing very well, Sal, and I applaud that. I'm glad for you.
Well, then, don't ask me to leave her alone anymore. I'm a catch, Mr. Maitland, a real catch.
Not for Leah.
Well, we'll just see about that, won't we?
Sal, I don't want to play on your pity, but the truth is, I'm going to die soon, and when that happens, Leah will have no one.
Now, don't you worry, Mr. Maitland. She'll have someone to take care of her from now on. You've got my word on it.
Not you. It mustn't be you.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it must be me. I don't know what made you so superior. I just don't get it. What have you ever done that's so great? Teaching in that rat-trap school all your life? No, not even teaching, just babysitting.
I think I've heard enough.
Even in the war, what did you get? A gimpy leg and a few souvenirs. A couple of crummy guns to hang on the wall. Old, same as you. You're a loser, you know that. Even worse than I used to be. I suppose you want Leah to marry someone just like you.
I'll have to admit you're making some sense, Sal. Do you think you'd be a good husband to her?
I can buy her anything if I want to. Anything.
And do you love her?
I want her, Mr. Maitland.
Unfortunately, that isn't enough, Sal. She needs a man who can be...
I picked up a few things for dinner on the way home. Daddy, how was your... Oh. Hello, Sal.
Hello, Leah. Your father and I were just having a little chat.
Were you?
I should have gotten to know him better before. But back then, I couldn't have talked to him on this level. I can now, can't I, Mr. Maitland? I've spent a lot of time improving myself.
You're certainly looking prosperous.
Oh, you know how it is. I hit some luck, that's all.
You even sound different.
You noticed that. Well, I met this young fellow who was going to college. He needed some extra money, so we made a deal. He helped me out on the side, gave me lessons to improve the way I talk.
You must have worked very hard at it.
Oh, yeah. I've discovered some talents I never knew I had. Seems like I learn quickly. Very quickly.
Just what is your new job?
I can tell you all about it over dinner.
Dinner?
Any place you like. Oh, that's something else I've learned. Where to go and how to act.
I don't think I'd better this evening. I told my father I'd...
But now that I've improved myself so much, not even your father has a reason to object. Do you, Mr. Maitland?
You're a grown woman, Leah. I've never tried to tell you what to do. You know that.
Well, I would like to hear all about what's happened. If you're sure.
As you wish.
Just give me a minute, Sal.
Take your time. Don't worry, Mr. Maitland. I'll have your daughter home early. I promise. Let's take our champagne onto the balcony, shall we? I'll open the French windows.
If you like, Sal.
Like the view?
It's lovely. Your entire place is lovely. But, Sal...
Don't worry. Every dime is not only legal, but honest. A businessman's well-earned reward.
What sort of business?
You're not getting all my secrets. Maybe someday I'll explain it to you. After we're married.
What?
You do know I'm going to marry you.
It's getting cold.
You might say I did it all for you. Oh, I won't pretend I haven't enjoyed it along the way, but I always had a goal.
I wish you hadn't.
Come here.
Sal, please.
Now tell me you feel nothing.
That was never the problem. I have to go.
Then what was the problem? You broke off because I wasn't right for you. What kind of guy is right for you, Leah? Just tell me. I'll be that guy.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, I've got a surprise for you. It does with me. I can buy anything I want, and I can be anything I want.
I wish I could explain it to you. It's not something you can buy.
No? You name it.
Sal, I'm talking about the kind of person you are, the way you feel about things and people. I'm not criticizing you. It's just the way you are.
What way?
The man I marry will have to be a kind man, gentle. He'll have to be, what word can I use? Compassionate. I couldn't love him otherwise.
You mean a patsy? Like your father, always ready to get pushed around?
I mean a man who cares about other people just because they're people. And since you brought it up, yes, I think my father's a compassionate man. So you see, it's not something you can buy. Not even if you had your own private mint.
Don't be so sure.
Oh, there you are, Leah. Sal?
You didn't have to wait up for us, Mr. Maitland. Here she is, safe and sounder than when she left.
Have a nice evening. You certainly look as though you did.
I'm sorry, Daddy, but it is nice to think that someone worries about me.
Don't flatter yourself, my dear. Actually, I wanted to talk to Sal.
In that case, if you'll excuse me, Sal, I've got a big day tomorrow. Good night.
I'm glad you came in, Sal.
You're going to be even gladder, Mr. Maitland.
I've given it some thought. I realize now that you're the way you are, and it's not my place to judge you.
Look, I don't care anything about it.
Please, let me finish. I've also decided that I can't let you ruin her life by marrying her.
You thought of a way to stop it?
Not yet. But there must be one. I could try begging you, Sal.
Mr. Maitland, I'm not interested in your begging or your silly little threats. I came here to talk business.
I don't understand.
I'm going to make you an offer. I want to buy something from you, and I'm prepared to give you $500,000 for it.
What did you just say?
Now just let that figure roll around in your mind for a minute. $500,000 cash. That's enough to take care of you for the time you've got left, and to provide for Leah so that she can do whatever she wants. Now, you say you're worried about what will happen to her when you die. Okay, here's your chance to fix it up just the way you want it.
What do I have that's worth that kind of money?
Mind if I sit down? It's a little difficult to explain.
Something the matter, Sal?
Oh, no, not at all.
You seem so quiet.
I was just thinking.
About what?
You.
Oh, Sal.
It must have been hard. For you, working, going to school, taking care of your father.
Oh, I never really thought about it.
Well, I have, since yesterday. I never understood you before, but I think I'm beginning to now. You're a wonderful person, Leah. You deserve the best from now on. And I'll do my best to see that you have it.
Sal, honestly, what's gotten into you?
I'm finally seeing things clearly. Is your father home? I want to tell him how I feel now so he won't be concerned.
Don't worry about Daddy. He only wants what's good for me. But I'm a grown woman.
Hold on. Let me get the door for you.
I think I'm capable of getting out of a car.
I'm sure you are. But I want to.
Hello, Daddy. Did you have something to eat? I left a meal in the refrigerator.
Yes, thank you.
Hello there, Mr. Maitland. I was hoping you were here.
I find that hard to believe.
I wanted to talk to you. May I come in?
Why ask my permission?
You must be cold, Daddy. Here, let me straighten your blanket.
No, let me.
Why, thank you, Sal.
Leah, would you excuse us for a few minutes?
Well, all right. I'll just freshen up.
Go ahead, Sal. Say your piece.
If you don't mind, sir. Well, I do have something to say. Just that I'm sorry.
What?
For all the worry and grief I've caused you. You were right about me. I wanted to marry Leah to prove something. She was a prize, a symbol. But that's all changed, Mr. Maitland. I realize now how much I love her. And I will make her a good husband. I promise you.
I warned you I would not let it happen.
Please, Mr. Maitland, hear me out. It's different now. I've changed.
Have you?
I'm asking you for forgiveness, Mr. Maitland. Compassion.
Oh, yes. A sterling human quality.
Sir, your blanket. Let me fix it. Wait. What's in your hand? Isn't that one of your war souvenirs? I hope it's not loaded. Be careful.
Compassion. But don't you remember, Sal? I don't have any left. I sold it to you yesterday.
No, please. Wait!
The Salvador Ross Program for Self-Improvement. The all-in-one, surefire course that lets you lick the bully, learn the language, dance the tango, and anything else you want or think you want to do. Oh, and there's a money-back guarantee. But the offer is strictly limited to the Twilight Zone.
More from the Twilight Zone after this.
You are about to enter another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land of imagination. Next stop, the Twilight Zone. Hi, this is Stacy Keach. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our Twilight Zone website at twilightzoneradio.com. At twilightzoneradio.com, you'll find the latest information on these Twilight Zone radio dramas, including behind-the-scenes photographs, plus the newest product releases, trivia contests, ways to contact us, other Twilight Zone-related info and merchandise, plus links to other fascinating websites. So make your next stop twilightzoneradio.com.
Visit twilightzoneradio.com to purchase these Twilight Zone radio dramas on cassette and CD, or call toll-free 1-866-989-ZONE. That's 1-866-989-9663.
The Self-Improvement of Salvador Ross, starring Luke Perry with Stacy Keach as your narrator, was adapted for radio by Dennis Etchison and written for The Twilight Zone by Jerry McNeely from a story by Henry Slesser. Heard in the cast were Alyssa Fraden, David Darlow, Doug James, Jeff Lupetin, Joseph Minoso, Ivan Vega, Tim Rose, Meg Thalken, and Mike Castle. To learn more about the Twilight Zone radio dramas and to obtain audio cassettes and CDs of these programs, visit our website at twilightzoneradio.com. The producers of The Twilight Zone wish to thank CBS Enterprises, Carol Serling, Dennis Etchison, Dick Brescia Associates, Claire Simon Casting, Terry Jennings, XM Satellite Radio, Sirius Satellite Radio, our sponsors, and our radio affiliates for helping make this series possible. This copyrighted radio series is produced and directed by Carl Amari and Roger Wolski for Falcon Picture Group. Doug James speaking.